What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Building Through Strength. I told y'all that we had a powerful podcast, a powerful episode coming on, and I come through. So, head coach, Coach Rodway of Wofford Tennis. Um, he's been here for 26 years,
25. Yeah.
25, going on 26. Amazon #1 bestseller, and hard comes first. He'll talk about that a little bit on the podcast. Um, but I mean, respected leader, respected teacher, man of faith is the most important one. Thank you for being on. Thank you for joining.
Well, Kyle, thank you for having me. I've, I'm a fan of your show.
Appreciate it.
I've enjoyed your episodes. So what an honor to follow up some of your great guests that you've had so far. Thank
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate it. I liked having younger guys on the show, but the thing is, like, it's people say it takes a village, and you got to get wisdom from older people, from people who've done it before, who've been there and done that. And I mean, as soon as I saw that you were watching a couple episodes, I was like, I got to get them on. And I'm blessed to have you on. So first thing, uh, when someone hears hard comes first, what do you hope stirs up in them?
Yeah, yeah. So I think, I think I hope that it speaks to them personally because in my book I talk about hard things first for me,
Right,
but my book is really I wrote it for other people. So I hope it speaks to other people because we all go through trials in life.
right,
Um, and and actually most of us are going through trials on an ongoing
always,
basis. I mean, if you talk to
always.
people, it's like, well, how you doing? And we really get past that. Oh, I'm fine.
Yep.
They're really dealing with stuff on a regular basis. So it's not like, like you mentioned, well, I got an older guy on my show. Well, yeah, but I mean, I've got experience, but my most common thing is what I'm dealing with, like today, right?
Yeah,
That's what's on my mind right now is what am I dealing with today? And I think that's what what I want to resonate with most people is,
I love
yeah,
that.
we're dealing with stuff, right?
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't mean it's bad. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's bad,
Yeah.
right? So we can just like you lift weights or I lift weights, we're training, but we can train ourselves to deal with hard things,
Yeah, I love that. So what what inspired you to write the book, or
yeah,
or come up with the phrase "hard comes first"?
right. Um, okay, so 25 years of college coaching at this great school, and I've coached a lot of really good players.
Yeah.
So on a professional standpoint, I can say that most of my best players
Hmm.
have had to deal with hard things.
Yeah.
Like so that's part of their that's part of what makes them great.
Right.
It's not just well they were just born great. That's not really how it happens in life.
Yeah.
That's why we train, right? And that's why we say that's why we want to make practice
Yeah.
harder than the game.
Always.
Okay. And if you're not making practice harder than the game, then you're not going to fulfill your potential in
Hmm.
the game. So most of my best players have gone through difficult things.
Right.
Well, I've seen in 25 years of doing this, I've got a track record of seeing people go through hard times
Hmm.
and excel.
Right.
So I've got data. I've got real life stories of how my best players and other people I've coached against have overcome difficulty.
Hmm.
So professionally, that that's hard comes first. Well, then of course there's got to be more to it if we're going to be honest and transparent.
Yeah.
There's got to be how about personally for Rod Brad?
Hmm.
Well, yeah, personally. So what's the hardest thing that I've dealt with? Well, in my book I talk about it. Hardest thing that I've dealt with is having a son with special needs. So I got
Right.
two kids. One, my older son has autism. Well, autism's autism's tough,
Yeah,
right?
I'm sure of it.
Um, little general facts like 80% of folks with autism with a college degree are unemployed.
Wow.
Okay? So,
Wow.
so that's you don't outgrow it.
Yeah.
Um, here's another 80%. We love this 80%. The divorce rate of families of couples that have a son or daughter with autism is about 80%.
Dang.
So so that's double,
Yeah.
about double. Why? Because it's hard. Because financial difficulty, the stress that it involves, the time that it involves, the unknown that's
Yeah.
around. We call autism as a spectrum disorder because if the saying is if you know one person with autism, you know one person with autism because they're
Yeah.
all different.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so so, but in both those situations, professionally and personally,
Mhm.
good things. Let me back up. Good can come from difficult,
Definitely.
and that's why hard comes first. Good can come from difficulty, and I've seen it both professionally and personally,
I
and so I
love
want to
that.
share that with others.
I love that. I just said in a podcast on Saturday, it's crazy to think that you can find peace and pain at the same exact time. And you can find that peace within the pain because yes, life may suck, life may be going against you, like you said, like you're a father of a son who's special needs, but at the same time, I've heard that special needs is truly a gift for some kids. And the thing is, like, there's so much stuff that you've learned about yourself, you learned about your wife and your other kids and your family all together just because of one defect or setback that people say. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's amazing that you're able to make that that optimistic approach instead of saying, "Oh, my kid's special needs, so he won't be able to do anything. He
Yeah,
won't amount to anything in life." And I
that's
love
not
that.
true.
That at
Yeah,
all, at
yeah,
all, and you see that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
another question I want to ask you is, why do you think people want strength but try to skip the struggle of it?
Oh my gosh, great question. I mean, so no struggle, no story,
Right.
right? No struggle, no story. Well, I like to watch you go through difficulty and come out on top,
Yeah.
but I don't wake up in the morning going, I hope today's a really tough experience so I can grow as a human being and
Right.
develop my character grow. No one, I mean, if we're really honest, no one thinks about it like
At
that.
all.
But, but with training, okay, like
Hmm.
anything, we train to be successful.
Yeah.
With training, our attitude and training, we can learn that, yeah, this is where I'm going to grow,
Definitely.
right? This is where I'm going to grow. Like, here it comes. Okay, this is where I'm going to grow. Well, but we're not wired as people
Hmm.
to look at difficulty. If we're really honest, to
Yeah.
look at difficulty and say, um, "Thank you, God, for bringing difficulty into my life so that my faith grows."
Yeah.
Now I can sit
Wow.
here and look back and say, "Yes, my faith grew because of
Yeah.
that or those things,"
Right.
or I can see how your faith grew because of situations that you tell me about. But when I'm in the storm,
You're not worried about.
I'm not thinking about how my faith is growing,
Yeah.
right? I mean, when Jesus told Peter, get out of the boat, like keep your focus on me, don't focus on the storm,
He wasn't. He was a little shaken by it.
right? He was focusing on the storm,
Yeah.
right? And Jesus held out his hand and said, come to me.
Right.
Well, I believe that event happened for you and for me today,
Yeah.
right? It's in the
Definitely.
Bible for us. So
Definitely.
that was a difficult time, where Peter's faith grew.
Mhm.
But we don't look at that way in the storm.
Yeah, definitely. I remember one of our team chaplain, Nick Snow. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not, but I remember he was talking to us one day, and he was telling us about keeping our eyes on the prize,
Yeah.
and he was like, well, when pilots when they're flying a flight, they have a set destination and they want to get straight. They're looking at their destination. They want to keep the plane on that destination. If they end up 1 degree off or 2 degrees off, you might be planning on going to New York, but you might end up in Abu Dhabi or something like that. So it's important to keep your eyes on the prize, keep your eyes on that course. And honestly, if anybody is religious or like me and Coach Ray, it's God. It's Jesus, it's our faith. Keeping our eyes on God, keeping our eyes on Jesus and what he wants for us in our lives. If we keep our eyes right there, we'll get there. But the second that we start to get shaken and taking our mind, taking our thoughts off of it, then there's no
There you
telling.
go.
There's
Kyle, you're
honestly no
coaching
telling.
me. I
I'm
needed that. Right.
I'm
See, I
trying.
still need that reminder.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I was
Yeah.
saying, and I think everybody needs that reminder because sometimes we just go through life without even thinking about it. And then we don't look back, like you said, like when people talk about strength, we don't think about it until it already happened. We look back and we're like, dang, that was a lesson, and I should have did this, I should have did that. But I wanna talk to you about identity.
Mm.
So how do you help athletes separate their identity from their performance?
Um, okay. Well, so let's get personal again.
Okay.
Rod Ray, I'm a coach. I'm a career coach, right?
Right.
Um, God willing, I'm gonna coach for another 25 years. And I love coaching. I got the dream job at the dream school
Oh yeah.
with the dream players, but that is not my identity.
Yeah.
And so that means I want to win,
Hmm.
but I'm not afraid to lose.
Oh,
So that makes me a better coach.
definitely.
How about we love art.
Yeah.
Well, we love music and we love sport.
Definitely.
But what's cooler than art, music, and sports is the artist, the musician,
Wow.
and the athlete. Right? The people part is
Yeah.
so much cooler,
Yeah.
so much more complicated, so much more beautiful
Definitely.
than yeah. So I love listening to music,
Hmm.
but there's a story behind the music,
Always.
right?
Yeah.
That's really really cool. That's we
Yeah.
identify with, that we like, or great arts that way, and certainly great athletes.
Hmm.
Who's your favorite player? Go ahead.
Uh, right now, I would probably say I'm a big Brock Purdy fan.
Okay.
I'm a 49ers fan at heart. So Brock
Yeah,
Purdy's my guy.
and there's a story there, right,
Yeah.
that you can relate to, and so um, a bad game doesn't change that,
Yeah.
right? Bad game doesn't change how you think of him, but so if it doesn't change how you think of him, why would it change how he thinks about him?
Oh.
But it can,
Yeah.
right? And that's
Definitely.
why that's why you see players get the yips and they get
Hmm.
their identity messed up. So as a coach, um, let's build a relationship with our players that's not based only on performance, right?
Right.
So how about I mean, God loves Rod Ray,
Hmm.
and it's not. Thank goodness that's not based on performance,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's not. I know it's not. I mean, I'm walking proof that it's not.
Yeah.
Um, well, I love my players in the same
That's
way.
good.
Now, that's a challenge because they don't always feel like that,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they don't. Not just about me. I mean, but I try to tell my players on a regular basis that I love
That's good.
them, and I do.
That's important
You know,
because a lot of
um,
players don't hear that. A lot of players, as a freshman coming into college or
a lot of
uh,
men don't hear that.
definitely,
Okay,
definitely.
a lot of
Yeah.
men don't hear that.
Because I think the biggest thing is like, oh, we feel like somebody only loves me because I'm performing for them or I'm doing well for them. And when the tough times are coming, it's like, dang, does anybody truly love me
Right,
because I'm not really doing well?
right. So college athletes, right? You come play for me. Guess what?
Yeah.
Eventually, you're not going to be playing for me. You're going to graduate. That's
Yeah.
the plan, right?
Yeah.
You're no longer going to be if things go well.
Yeah.
Your time here is gonna
Right.
come to an end. That's a good thing, right?
Right.
Um, so we're preparing people for the rest of their lives, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be so much bigger than just an athlete,
Hmm.
right?
Definitely.
Um, and I got news for you. It's gonna get harder.
Yeah.
It's not gonna get easier,
I've
but
definitely learned that.
you're gonna be better prepared.
Yeah.
That's the
Definitely. And I think, you know, going like you said, like practice is always going to be harder than the games. I hated being in rainy, wet practices where we're going through our script of plays 100 times. And but the thing is, like when it came to the game, I knew exactly like what play we had. I knew what to do. I knew what look I was getting. So the games just felt so easy. Like
dress rehearsal.
yeah, it just felt so
Yeah,
seamless. Only thing that we were doing it was against a different colored team and in
yeah,
front of people who were screaming our names. Um, and but I think that's really important that people have to realize like your your weakest moments or your toughest times are preparing you. They're getting you ready for, that job promotion or that game that you got coming up or a loss or anything that you got going on. Those tough times are setting you up for far more greater than what you're going through.
And sports is such a
Yeah,
great teacher that way,
yeah,
right?
and definitely, and I think that one of the things that I dealt with in sports was, like we talk about the transfer portal, we talk about how we feel kind of displaced where we're at. You kind of feel that burnout a little bit. You kind of feel like, okay, well, I'm losing a lot, and I don't really think this is for me, or I don't think this school is for me, so I'm going to leave and I'm going to go somewhere else. Or if you're just not performing as well as you think you should, or you think you can, you start doubting yourself, and like you said, you get the yips, or you get, kind of shy, and you kind of take away from the game that you once thought that you had yourself. So my question for you is, what type of advice would you give those athletes who are currently going through that?
So burnout. You're if you're gonna be a great athlete, you're gonna face burnout.
Definitely,
It's gonna be difficult.
definitely,
Okay, sports are so competitive
yeah,
that you're gonna to be successful. You're gonna have to do more than you originally thought was possible.
right,
Okay, so it's gonna be super difficult. So you're gonna
hmm,
you're gonna you're gonna face what we call burnout.
yeah,
Now I would say, I don't know that I've really had players burn out.
hmm,
I've had players plateau
hmm,
and get tired of losing.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so as a college as a male tennis player, you're going to hit your peak at about 27, 28 years old,
mm, wow,
athletically and
okay,
mentally. Okay, so
yeah.
you're going to reach your peak. So you haven't reached your peak
So
yet
I,
as
I
an
got
athlete.
I
You
got
you
more in
got
the
you got
tank.
to go, right. You got to go. You got a bench press goal that you're going to
Oh yeah,
attack. You know,
yes sir.
but you're not going to. So my players or our players, while they're with me,
Yeah,
they're not going to reach their ceiling.
right.
Okay, so they're trying to get out here. Long
Hmm,
way to go,
yeah,
and they may not. They may get a regular job before they get there, more than likely before they reach their peak.
wow.
Um, so, but talk about it when you talk about burnout. Like, what's your identity? Are you
Hmm,
having fun?
yeah,
Right. So we want our players to be having a ball, right?
always.
But
That's,
guess what? You're going to lose a lot, right? So when I talked about you can't be afraid of losing,
yeah,
right? Well, if you are, this isn't going to be very fun, right?
yeah.
You're going to. I mean, it's not just well get knocked down and get back up,
Hmm,
but lose, lose, lose. Don't focus on the losing.
definitely.
You got to be focused on your development, having fun and competing. It's gonna be super fun.
No, and I think that's the biggest thing, is that we need to focus on that fun, focus on the winning, because eventually, like, if you're losing, 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 you're gonna win eventually. You're gonna have that win eventually, and it's gonna feel so much better.
Yeah.
That you were sitting there reflecting, like, dang, we were in that losing streak, but we kept our heads up, we kept
Yeah.
growing, we kept grinding, and now that we broke through, that means so much more to you as a player.
You just
Um,
described hard comes first.
yeah, I would say that's. I mean, I'm glad that, because I mean we all have it in us. All hard is always in something,
Yeah.
and it's always going to come first. But we choose not to put it first. We choose to try and put that hard in the back of our mind, and trying to deal with it whenever it comes.
And I think a big part of this too, Kyle, is getting players to play for something other than just them.
Right,
So I coach an individual sport in a team environment.
right,
And you played, I think football is one of the best team sports out there. But guys are still thinking about themselves oftentimes more than the team.
definitely.
But you become a better player when you free up and you're really thinking about the team.
Yeah, I'll say, and
You become faster, actually. You become freer.
always, and my thing is, like, when I was playing, I would do good when I'm thinking, okay, I need to go to college. I need to do this for myself. I want to go to the league. But I think I performed better, and I felt better about the way that I performed when I got to college, and it's all right. I'm an older guy now. My time's almost up. I got younger guys watching me. I want to do my best so they can watch me play.
Yeah.
I want to do my best so I can be the best role model, the best influence possible for those guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would say like I loved high school. High school was
Yeah.
fun playing with my buddies, but I think I got more out of football playing college ball at an older age, playing for the younger kids.
All right. So I want you to live that way.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you how you just described like your last couple years of college football. That's how we want to live.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I want to coach. That's how I want to live. Right. And that's how we get to. Now we're in the business of helping others.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
We're using our platform. We're using our experiences. We're using our strength, not just for ourselves, but to lift others up, magnify others.
And
right?
that's powerful.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't think many people think about that in today's times.
Right.
It's usually how can I get the quickest buck, or how can I make the most money for my family? What can I do for me?
Yeah.
And it's not really what
no, find ways to pay others first.
Yeah, yeah. And
now you're having fun.
I would say, and I think that the whole, if I'm pouring into you, there's going to be some point where you're like, all right, he's giving a lot to me. Maybe I want to try and help him out somehow, some way. And I mean, I've seen that in my work alone with helping people.
Mm-hmm.
I've always received the best gifts, I would say, just as, oh, Mr. Kyle said that he did this for me today, or I saw Mr. Kyle at the store and I said, what's up? And just being able to see somebody's face like just light up.
Yeah.
It's honestly a blessing being able to just serve others. Yeah. And I'll say I've always felt like you get a better feeling serving others than serving yourself. And people who choose to serve themselves first, they don't really realize that. But it only takes one. It only takes one time.
Yeah, we weren't created to be like that.
Right.
We were created to help others.
Right. Always.
Yeah. It's more fun.
So just wrapping up, if someone listening is in the middle of a hard season right now, what would you say to them?
Well, I guarantee somebody's in the middle of a hard season.
Definitely.
Who's listening to this. I would I think the medicine for that, the medicine for dealing with being in a hard time is go be helpful to other people.
Right.
Find other people who can't do anything for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and go help them. So that's a form. Get the focus off of yourself.
Yeah.
And don't think of it being that you're going to have a transactional relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
But make it a transformational.
That's powerful.
Action for somebody. It's not quid pro quo. If you do this for me, I'll do this for you. Go help people who can't do anything for you, and start small. Like write down 2 people you're going to help today, and all of a sudden your problems all of a sudden won't feel like problems anymore.
Yeah,
because the focus is no longer there. The focus is on helping other people, and I think that's what great people do.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if you don't want to just go out and help somebody, one thing that I've been doing lately is talking to my friends and just saying, hey, was thinking about you, how can I pray for you? Because that prayer shift goes from God help me with this, God help me with this, God help me with this, to God, Coach Rod said he has a big game going up. Can you just watch over him and bless him? And that's a shift in your heart. It's a shift in how you think and how you process things, which is going to lead you to those bigger things. And it's been transformative for me, honestly. And anybody out there, if you want to try that, please try that as well. And my last question for you is where can everybody find your book at?
Yeah. So my book's on Amazon. I've got a website, Hard Comes First. Join the winning team. Get my blog by joining the winning team on my website. Books available on Amazon. Look, I'm easy to find. Instagram, Rod Ray. Cell phone number 864-809-8827. Text me, call me.
I love it.
I'm available.
I love it. Well, I thank you for having you on. Thank you for this opportunity and this blessing just to sit down and talk with you. We had lunch the other day and that was special. It was your treat. We had Burwell. 4 years ain't let me down.
That was fun.
But yeah, thank you for being on. Anybody who's listening or watching, check out Wofford Tennis. Y'all just had a guy win a.
We got a former player who's 35 in the world and won
Ooh.
2 rounds at Wimbledon.
Oh, that's
So,
big.
yeah, that's exciting.
That's big. Did you
Yeah.
did you coach him?
I did, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so I know you're starting to see the fruits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of. I know that's a great feeling.
It is.
Well, thank you for being on. Thank
Yeah.
you for everything.
Thanks
I
for having
appreciate
me.
it. Of course. So yeah, like it, comment, share it. Share with your mom, your dad, your uncle, your auntie. If you got a dog, put it on the TV while your dog goes wherever. But yeah, and forever and for always, keep 2 feet down, keep one head up. Peace.